recording now, so I'm going to repeat everything I said at the beginning of the meeting. So make sure you finish all the web assigns. I just corrected all of the guided notes so that right now there shouldn't be any new ones. I saw a total of around 130, 140 points, but I saw 65. So some people are way behind in guided notes. I have suggested due dates, but the bottom line is before December 14th or so, you got to get everything done. You got to get all the web assigns done, and we'll have a lab test and a lecture test, around December 12th, 13th, or 14th. So we don't need that. We don't need the PowerPoint anymore, but we need this. So if you look at your grades, you can see that if we do raw scores, and this shows a 0 because there's no student here, and I'm not going to show anybody's grades, but I strongly suggest that if I look at a student grade, I'm going to be able to see the grades for all of the tests. Okay, so right now, where are we? We have extra points if you filled out the form. If you missed the opportunity, you missed it. Because I sent it out an email and I announced it. So if you don't want to miss the next form, make sure you read your email and read your announcements. I will be happy to serve as a reference and write a recommendation. You just send me your resume and your letters. You write the letter. If you need a letter of recommendation, you write it and send me a Word file, and I'll say, okay, I'll sign that, or I got to change that. I don't know about that. So give me as much as information as possible. My practice and goal is to get letters of recommendation done very quickly. Nowadays, they're all done on computer. You usually give me an email, and a password, and I log in, or I'll make a password, and I'll be happy to write a letter of recommendation. You write it though, and I use it. And I need a resume. If you haven't had a resume, get it together. Nowadays, who knows what a resume does? But keep talking to your classmates. Students often get jobs by talking to their classmates. So when you do the evaluation and you ask whether I encouraged you to work together, you heard me multiple times encouraging you to work together. Stay in contact. Some of y'all will become fast friends and stay in contact. And the best way to get a job is to have a classmate recommend you. So if you're looking for a new job or you want to get into the hospitals, I also tutor in the learning lab, and I've seen many, many instances where students got to know one another, and they were working as a medical assistant, or they were working as some job in the hospital, and they knew a job opening was coming up, so they recommended their A&P student one, and the other student got a job. So it's very important in this field to network as much as possible. You probably already know that. Okay, so these are the tests that are done. The quiz is not going to count. The homework, there are 47 homeworks and up to 906 points. I'll have to figure out the grades. I may use this total because we're getting close to the end here, but I'll try to figure out how many points we're up to at the moment. So if we get rid of this and go back to my assignments, and we want to do current assignments, that's where we are. So this should be done. Oh, these are Thursday. These are not due until Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday, and then we won't have the test until after Thanksgiving. Any questions? Questions. Let's see if anybody. Okay, Barbara is alive. Okay, good. Let's look at the chat. Okay. Okay, I hope I'll answer that. Yep, okay. It has been graded. I'll check that again. Okay, so let's see. Uh, I didn't read that. That's my fault because I can't only have two eyes. Okay. So uh, in the future, people could sign in. Well, we're going to be teaching probably next year in the classroom. So get your vaccination. New modeling data shows that people who have not had the vaccination and are have got COVID, or they have a 50% chance if they got COVID or they didn't of getting the disease. A 50% chance. If you look at counties in the US, counties that voted 60% or more for Trump, the death rate for COVID is 25 per 100,000 people. In those counties that voted 60% or more for Biden, the death rate is 7.8 per 100,000. So people who are voted for Trump have a 4 times better chance of dying from COVID than people who voted for Biden and are probably vaccinated. I've got the vaccination, the booster already. I had 2 Pfizer shots, then I got a Moderna. Any questions? Please get vaccinated. Uh, when the first vaccination was introduced, that was introduced in the US by a slave, and George Washington found out about it. In Europe, there was a Dr. Edward Jenner who noticed that milkmaids didn't get smallpox. So he went and scratched a bunch of small cowpox sores and scratched it on people's arm or whatever. And that was one of the first immunizations. Many people at that time had all kind of resistance, just like now. But those people that are not getting vaccinated are making sure the economy doesn't recover as fast, that the poor people in hospitals are overworked and stressed out. There are Delta variant spikes happening all over the place, and most of the world is unvaccinated. Any questions? Okay, hasta la vista, vaya con Diaz. Let's stop recording. Stop recording. Stop recording. Stop.